Put it down!
Hey adrenaline junkies, welcome to Police Chase. Today we're kicking off a brand new series, When People Messed with the Wrong Cops, where every dumb move instantly triggers justice mode. Alright, let's dive in.
Don't do it.
On June 5th, 2021, a deputy in Effingham County clocked a black Mazda traveling over 90 miles per hour on I-16 without a tag, sparking a high-speed pursuit. The chase escalated to 118 miles per hour as the driver recklessly passed on the shoulder and sideswiped another vehicle. Deputies executed a PIT maneuver that disabled the car, bringing it to a stop. Both occupants fled on foot, but one was apprehended by a K9, while the other was captured shortly afterward. Inside the stolen Mazda, authorities discovered multiple drugs and stolen IDs. The driver, Rebecca Grenell, and passenger, Jarrett Eason, were arrested. Effingham County deputies were assisted by Chatham County Police.
He's fixing to try to go through the
On
fence.
December 2nd, 2021, in Lufkin, Texas, 37-year-old Leland Randolph, already a convicted felon, ran when officers moved in to serve new warrants. His attempt to flee sparked a brief but intense chase through Angelina County. The pursuit ended quickly with a crash and multiple arrests. Randolph now faces new felony charges, while two accomplices were also taken into custody after stolen property, weapons, and drugs were recovered.
I know, but
Vote's taking your life away?
No,
Vote's
everybody
taking-
else's life.
Come on, man.
It's a lot more than just your life. A lot more than...
While patrolling near GA-17 and GA-204, officers received reports of a white Nissan Murano with a shattered rear window that had fled from a Chatham County deputy. Troopers soon located the vehicle and attempted a traffic stop.
go for a second. We want to get a little bit more speed before we try to do this thing. Don't try to take this way. I know we're safe here on the side. Try to get behind
Instead of stopping, the driver ignored commands and continued fleeing, weaving through traffic and nearly striking other vehicles while heading toward I-95, an area with heavy traffic and pedestrian activity. As the danger to the public increased, troopers determined that immediate action was necessary.
204 eastbound. Hit it.
Believing the pursuit posed a serious risk to innocent motorists, officers executed a pit maneuver to bring the chase to an end. The maneuver caused the SUV to crash. The driver, identified as Amy Human Cadet, was not wearing a seatbelt and was ejected from the vehicle, suffering critical injuries. She was transported to a hospital but later died. The case was turned over to Chatham County investigators and the medical examiner's office. Given the danger the suspect posed to others on the road, do you believe the officers were justified in using the pit maneuver, or should a different approach have been taken? Share your thoughts in the comments below. On October 9th, 2024, I assisted the Saline County Sheriff's Office in locating Eswin, a suspect with multiple felony warrants known for fleeing police. Bail bondsmen later spotted him leaving in a blue Chevrolet 3500 and provided real-time updates.
And we're only going about 50. He's lost 2 tires, so you gotta be careful because it's not out of control.
Y'all might be able to make it to the life protection society instead of
I attempted a stop on Beauchamp Road, but S1 refused and led officers on a reckless pursuit, speeding and driving into oncoming lanes toward Colonel Glen Road.
I think we're gonna have to come out and put that
To prevent the chase from entering Little Rock, I executed a TVI, bringing the vehicle to a stop. S1 was arrested without incident and booked on multiple felony and traffic charges.
Oh, and then I barely saw y'all turning left on the marsh. I was good like...
On January 20th, 2020 in Bullitt County, Georgia, just after the MLK Jr. parade, 27-year-old Terrence Johnson sparked a high-speed chase through town in a white sedan with suspended tags.
Bullitt.
Still going, still going, Bullet, still going.
Let GSC take it.
Tempo.
Alright, Bullet, GSC has the lead now.
Instead of stopping, he sped off, endangering his passengers and neighbors as he tore through a residential area, even cutting across front yards.
Running back. Stop running! You better stop, man, as I get you! Okay, I'm gonna get you!
The chase ended when Johnson fled on foot and hid under a house, but a K9 tracked him down. He was arrested and charged with felony fleeing and reckless driving.
Get out of there! Get your hand! Come on! Get out of there! Get your hand! Get out of there! Come on! Get your ass out of there! Get on the fucking ground!
Miami. On the night of May 2nd, 2024, a routine patrol turned chaotic when officers spotted a white Nissan Altima acting suspiciously. As lights came on, the driver sped off, igniting a fast chase through narrow residential streets. The Altima surged ahead, swerving and even jumping onto sidewalks to stay clear. Over the radio, units tracked every move as the driver pushed through the maze, refusing to yield. Then things took a turn. While attempting to turn onto a fenced driveway, the driver was speeding and crashed into the wire mesh fence, but continued on. Seconds later, officers performed a pit maneuver, crushing the front of the car and causing extensive damage, with smoke billowing as the vehicle finally stalled. Patrol cars swarmed, locking down the scene. A K9 unit arrived, barking through the tension. With doors jammed, officers smashed windows, pulled out two suspects, a man and a woman, and restrained them after resistance. The chase ended there, controlled. Officers were unharmed, and the suspects now face serious charges tied to fleeing and the crash. On August 7th, 2021, at approximately 6:54 p.m., the Tallahassee Regional Communications Center alerted law enforcement to a white Toyota Corolla with Georgia license plates fleeing from the Leon County Sheriff's Office.
Bail out, bail out.
The vehicle, confirmed to be stolen, was also suspected to be involved in an armed robbery earlier that day in Tallahassee, Leon County, Florida. An officer quickly activated the emergency lights on his fully marked patrol vehicle and attempted a traffic stop. Despite this, the driver of the Corolla refused to pull over and continued fleeing at high speed, disregarding the officer's attempts to stop him. On August 18, 2023, during a routine patrol, Trooper Matt Sanford spotted a vehicle traveling over 80 miles per hour in a 60 miles per hour zone. When he attempted a traffic stop, the driver refused to comply and sped off, initiating a high-speed pursuit. Despite this, the suspect continued driving recklessly, showing no regard for public safety. In an attempt to escape, the driver veered off the road and into a cornfield, hoping to lose police in the tall crops.
Harrison, he just brake checked me. I run into the rear of him. We're passing Sonic and 77.
However, Trooper Sanford anticipated the suspect's move and maneuvered to intercept from another direction. The pursuit came to an end when Sanford executed a strategic front-end block, forcing the suspect's vehicle to a complete stop.
He's turned back towards Texas.
The driver, who sustained injuries, was transported to the hospital for treatment and was later taken into custody. The suspect now faces multiple serious charges related to fleeing law enforcement and endangering public safety. Atlanta, Georgia. On November 20th, 2020, at around 9:58 a.m., an officer observed a vehicle on Virginia Avenue commit multiple traffic violations. The pursuit continued with the suspect making several turns across major roads, including Eubanks Avenue, Bachelor Street, and Cambridge Avenue, before re-entering East K85. A third pit attempt near the Cleveland Avenue exit also failed. The chase ended when the suspect's vehicle became disabled from damage at 2451 Springdale Road Southwest.
Passengers out of the vehicle and have no units behind me. It's in the passenger. I'm in right into the Springdale Road. Rear driver's side tire is out. Spark line is out of control.
The officer drew his firearm and ordered the driver out. The suspect, identified as Edward Lee Brown Jr. of Georgia, was arrested for fleeing and eluding. He was medically evaluated at Grady Hospital and later transferred without incident to the Atlanta Pretrial Detention Center. In the early hours of June 30th, 2024, in Arkansas, a black Dodge Charger turned the night into a high-speed adventure. Evading both local and Arkansas State Police for hours, the driver switched off all the lights, driving without lights at speeds up to 150 miles per hour, disappearing and reappearing in the darkness.
Trey, call this area. I'm not familiar with it.
Northbound Marketplace, Highway 5, Street 75.
East on Highway 5.
East on Highway 5.
Trey, go ahead and pass me if you can.
Sergeant Tanner Crossland followed closely behind, maintaining a speed of 130 to 140 miles per hour just to keep up. The Charger weaved blindly through traffic, no taillights, no warning lights, while units ahead coordinated, blocking exits along I-630, Roosevelt Road, Geyer Springs, and toward the university.
Union was the first three. We're coming up on Eluding Drive.
Then, an opportunity arose. As the suspect slowed near the exit, Crossland struck. A hard impact to the rear left corner of the vehicle. The Charger lost control, spun around, and slid into a grassy ditch.
Get out! Show me your fucking hands right now! Get out!
With their guns drawn, the officers approached. The driver climbed out through the window and was immediately apprehended. No civilians were injured, but the risks were undeniable. Speed, darkness, and utter recklessness. The suspect now faces multiple criminal charges, and the Charger was severely damaged at the scene.
Did you stop the camera yet? No, not yet.
A 24-year-old man was taken into custody Tuesday morning after a chaotic encounter with Summit County Sheriff's deputies in Greene. Witnesses reported him attempting to break into vehicles on Greensburg Road around 10 a.m.
Get stuck here. He is on go after this. You are the man in the pencil. And make it through that one, high tower drive. If I can get stuck there, need it now. Come back on high tower.
As a deputy arrived, the suspect fled in a speeding RV with its doors open and a power cord trailing behind. He ignored tire deflation devices and struck several vehicles, including law enforcement units, during the pursuit.
Be ready. Right here's something. He's not going to go anywhere.
The chase ended when the RV drove through backyards on Briarwood Way and became stuck in the grass. The driver, identified as Randy H. Schiffbauer, was arrested and booked into the Summit County Jail.
Green Meadow, we're turning on that driftwood.
Kalamazoo, Michigan. On January 6, 2025, KDPS officers located a stolen 2007 Mercury Milan near Drake Road and West Michigan Avenue and initiated a traffic stop around 1:40 p.m.
Yeah, looks like you crashed out.
Here's crash down.
Driftwood.
driver bolted, sparking a short pursuit through nearby neighborhoods. On icy roads, the car clipped a mailbox and trash can before slamming into a light pole on Arboretum Parkway.
We're gonna put on
The 14-year-old suspect fled, but was swiftly caught. He sustained minor injuries, was treated at a hospital, then taken to the Kalamazoo County Juvenile Home.
What's that? Yeah, he crossed out pretty hard. Okay. Yeah, we're good.
On July 5th, 2025, around 12:45 a.m., Arkansas State Police were called to assist Garland County deputies in pursuing a blue BMW SUV on Highway 128. The pursuit was joined near the 3100 block, where the vehicle was already traveling southbound at a dangerously high speed. The chase continued into Lonsdale, with state police taking the lead. The suspect drove aggressively, swerving across the roadway and braking abruptly in repeated attempts to evade intervention while racing along Spring Road. During the final maneuver, the suspect slammed on the brakes, causing both vehicles to lose control. The BMW and the patrol car overturned into a ditch. Sean O'Brien was apprehended at the scene and taken into custody on multiple charges.
I'm good.
Hey, Dean, you're still on Garland, but I copy your traffic.
Left into Julie's Tacos, it looks like. You need to meet Braggarville units.
Kinney County, Texas. On April 7th, 2023, near 9 a.m., a Texas DPS trooper assigned to Operation Lone Star attempted to stop a gray Toyota sedan on US Highway 90 for a traffic offense. The driver refused to stop, triggering a short pursuit.
Riding the spring, headed back towards 90, headed back towards Del Rio.
Hey, they both are to get off and start trucking. Towards Braggarville. I repeat, heading back towards Braggarville.
75 miles an hour. That means that you must really have spice of life. Getting close to 693. Stay on shoulder.
Stay in the front.
I'm going to do a video back of the past 6 places.
The pursuit ended when the suspect tried to force through a gate, causing the car to stall. Both the driver and a passenger ran on foot but were quickly caught.
Get on the ground! On the ground! On the ground! Stop! Get down! Get down! Turn around!
A search uncovered 6 undocumented migrants, 2 concealed in the trunk, along with 2 handguns. The suspects now face federal smuggling charges.
Multiple bodies. No one outstanding. CNS around.
Albuquerque, New Mexico. On May 19, 2023, police responded to a 911 call from a woman whose brother, 42-year-old David Gaylor, threatened suicide and warned he'd harm her if she approached. Gaylor, who suffered from schizoaffective and bipolar disorder, refused to come out of his apartment. Officers attempted to de-escalate from outside, but Gaylor suddenly charged out, wielding a 6-foot pole with a knife attached. Despite repeated commands and 2 failed taser attempts, he kept advancing. As Gaylor slashed at the taser wires and moved toward the officers, 2 officers opened fire. Medical aid was provided, but Gaylor died at the scene.
No. Hey, no, you reach, dude. No.
On April 23, 2025, at 2:36 p.m., a Fairfax County officer stopped a 1999 Toyota Corolla on Majestic Lane for an expired safety sticker. The driver, 36-year-old Jamal Wee of Fairfax, was argumentative and refused to comply, prompting a call for backup.
Call Joe Biden or call George Bush.
What's your driver's license?
No, there's no. I don't have a driving license.
Why not?
Go back, sit in the fucking car, and leave.
No, sir.
No?
It doesn't work that way.
Okay, so go ahead, do whatever you want to do.
Can I get your name?
No.
No?
No.
Down, 1441.
Hey,
So-
listen, American. This is take it. I take this with you, okay?
So now you want to give me that?
Hey, don't you reach?
When additional officers arrived, Wee suddenly drew a gun and fired through the driver's side window. The bullet struck one officer's bicep, passed through, hit another officer's forearm, and shattered a parked car's rear windshield. Wee tried to fire again, but his gun malfunctioned.
Hey, no, you reach, dude. No.
A third officer on the passenger side returned fire, hitting Wee 4 times. He was taken to a hospital and later pronounced dead. Both injured officers were treated and released.
Hey, don't you reach, dude?
800 Bravo, shots fired.
This incident shows how quickly a routine stop can become deadly. Do you think this tragedy could have been avoided, or was the officer forced to act to protect lives? It looked like a Hollywood car chase, but this was real. On February 21st, 2024, in Escambia County, Florida, police and helicopters pursued a Wisconsin-plated Audi convertible in a wild, high-speed chase that left even veteran officers stunned.
Hey, get back in. Get back in.
The driver blew through red lights, took sharp turns at over 100 miles per hour, and nearly caused several crashes. When he swerved into oncoming traffic on Molino Road, officers held back and relied on aerial tracking. With public safety in jeopardy, police executed a precision pit maneuver, flipping the Audi through the air like a stunt gone wrong. Miraculously, 24-year-old Patton Guat walked away unharmed, but his luck ended there. He was arrested at the scene and now faces multiple charges, including reckless driving and fleeing police.
Everybody is left to go again.
Get on the ground!
Suspect coming out.
Get on the ground!
Walking around. Everybody
A high-octane reminder, one reckless move can turn any road into a war zone. On February 25th, 2023, near Alexander, Arkansas, a peace officer attempted a routine stop on a motorcycle with no visible license plate. But instead of pulling over, the rider hit the gas and fled, launching a high-speed chase down the highway. As the suspect weaved through traffic, the officer tried to push him toward the shoulder, but the rider swerved, crossed the median, and kept going. The chase intensified until Trooper Miller closed the gap. Moments later, the suspect lost control, slammed into a barrier, and crashed. He was immediately arrested, bringing the reckless pursuit to a decisive end.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
21, just drop me around the blue.
Put your hands behind your back! Get on your belt! Turn over!
On September 30th, 2025, around 4:44 p.m., an FHP trooper stationed on the median of Interstate 75 near mile marker 167 received a BOLO for a stolen white Kia Seltos heading south. Using tracker updates from the owner, the trooper positioned his patrol vehicle and soon spotted the Kia, confirming the plate before activating lights and siren. The driver accelerated and fled, weaving through traffic, using the shoulder and forcing vehicles to move aside. Near mile marker 159, slowed traffic allowed the trooper to perform a pit maneuver, sending the Kia spinning into a cable barrier before stopping on the interstate.
Get out! Get out!
The driver driver, Kara Echo Sanders, was removed from the vehicle and detained. Officers found an open Bud Light can, and Sanders later admitted stealing the car while in the ambulance. At the hospital, her BAC measured 0.20, and later breath tests showed 0.134. She was booked into Charlotte County Jail on charges including vehicle theft, DUI, fleeing and eluding, reckless driving, and driving with a suspended license.
Oh, yeah, that's